Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Finally! Yeah. I'm very aware of the lengthy absence that I have taken since my last post, and there is a myriad of reasons for that, none of which are fun, so I won't bore you with the details. But the main thing is I'm back and I'm better than ever, and I'm ready to entertain you with a wonderful book haul, because I've always wanted to do one of these. I've attained a few books in the last 2 months and I'm ready to share with you what I got. And trust me to film this on one of the hottest days of the year and potentially ever. There is a hefty pile of books just to my left down there. I'm going to try it and lift it up so you can see it in this full glory, but I might not be able to, so just bear with me for 1 second. Okay. Whoop. Yeah. There we are. As you can see, there's a lot. Okay. I don't particularly have a way or a method that I'm going to present the books. So I'm just going to grab one that I like, and then explain and talk about it and bore you to death about books, because that's what I do best. It's one of those times I wish I had the restraint to not immediately open any parcel I have so I could do an unboxing style video, because I used to love watching those. But unfortunately I don't have that restraint. So the first book in my haul is the Iliad by Homer. I had like a second panic, then I was like, oh, is it Homer? Yeah, it's Homer. And I got the Penguin cloth bound version because I've been looking at it for months and months and months, because this is a book I'm actually going to write my dissertation on this coming year. Scary, I know, very, very scary. I'm currently going into my final year as an English lit student, and I've decided to base it on the Iliad. Yay, I guess. So yeah, I thought because of that I'd treat myself to this gorgeous copy. If I'm going to be looking at it and reading it as much as I'm going to be, I want it to at least be pleasing on the eye. I want to at least want to look at it, you know, and I definitely want to look at this all the time. I just hope that I don't get absolutely sick of the sight of it. I'm looking at it now and I'm getting a bit panicked. I'm getting a bit overwhelmed by the amount of writing there is in this and how much I'm going to have to study this copy. You look close up. And I'm actually moving back to uni tomorrow into my new flat and taking this babble with me, so I will get started on like prepping and stuff very soon. I'm just, you know, I haven't posted for 2 months. I've not really been in the game at all, but yeah. The Iliad by Homer, gorgeous Penguin cloth bound edition. You can tell I haven't been in front of the camera for a while because I'm just blabbing. Blah, blah, blah. Next book in this haul I'm equally excited about reading and showing, and equally excited about the cover actually, and that is Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. If you know me, you know I absolutely adore her other books, Daisy Jones and the Six and The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. And so far I haven't seen anything bad about this book. I've not seen anyone dislike it. I have had it for a while now, I just haven't been in the right frame of mind to start reading it because I've been in a slump anyway, and the books I have been reading aren't the same genre as this. But I can tell you very shortly I'll be delving into the depths of this book, and I cannot wait. I think one of the reasons I've been holding off for so long is because I have high expectations, and I'm so worried that they're just gonna be disappointed. But if I know Taylor, which I don't, but I've read her books, then I know that I'm gonna love it. So I'm just gonna do an under the jacket reveal. Ooh, minty pistachio green. That is j'adore. I love it. God. Oh, even it's like a marble, like, I know it's meant to be the sea, but it looks like marble. Like I said, heard nothing but great things. We'll probably love this. Will probably be one of my top reads of the year. No pressure. Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Cannot wait to finally get into this one. Also, quick interlude. Would you like my jeans? You can see them. Yeah, they're like love hearts. The next book in the haul is actually a non-fiction book that I've seen quite a few places, and every time I went into the bookstore I was always looking for it. I didn't really know where to find it, and then the other day I walked in, I saw it, and I thought, you're coming home with me, so I bought it. That is The Five by Hallie Rubenhold. If you haven't heard about this book or you haven't seen it anywhere before, it's based upon the 5 lives of 5 different women who are all connected in one way but they've never met, and that is that they all were murdered by Jack the Ripper. I just opened the cover and this quote I think sums it up perfectly. The victims of Jack the Ripper were never just prostitutes. They were daughters, wives, mothers, sisters and lovers. They were women. They were human beings. It's always so interesting for me when voices throughout history are given a voice years later who have often been ignored or disregarded. I also really like the cover. It's like old newspapery style. I think that's what they were going for. 5 by Hallie Rubenhold. Now the next two books on my list I've actually read. I know, shocker, absolutely shocking news, but both of them I loved. I think I rated both of them 4 stars and would highly recommend to all of you guys, so yeah. First of those two books is The Mercies by Kieran Millward Hargrave, and this is quite far from something I would normally pick up and think to myself, yeah, this is a bit of me, but honestly, I loved it. So it's based in the 17th century and it follows the lives of women on a remote Norwegian island after all the men have been killed by a massive storm when they went out fishing. So there's two split perspectives from Maren and from Ursa, who is more of a wealthy woman being married to a man who's coming to then take over the island in a way and oversee the woman. The amount of historical detail in this book is absolutely astounding. I was doing a lot of research after because I was so interested into the actual events of the story, and I was so impressed equally by the facts and equally by the writing because it just flowed so well. I was so captivated throughout. It is a sapphic love story and it is beautiful. I read this book about 2 weeks ago and I'm still thinking about it to this day. It was that special. I would really recommend this book. Like I said, I wasn't expecting to enjoy it. I wasn't expecting to be my cup of tea, but I ended up absolutely loving it. And it's kind of put me in like a period drama phase. I blame this book and Outlander, but I need to let that one go for a bit because I can't stop talking about it. Yeah, The Mercies. And the next one of those books, which believe it or not, I actually finished yesterday, is Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry by Joya Goffney. And I apologise if I'm pronouncing that wrong. And I honestly don't think I've read and enjoyed a YA contemporary as much as I have this one in such a long time. The book deals with a lot of important and sensitive topics which are very important, but at the same time it's also very light-hearted and it does make you laugh. The story follows Quinn Jackson, who writes lists upon lists in her journal. Every dark, deep secret that she's ever kept she writes down, and then one day it disappears. And then she finds out her kind of enemy, kind of crush, Carter Bennett, actually has her journal and they swap by accident. But upon returning her journal, he finds out that he's actually lost it, or that somebody's stolen it. Quinn is then blackmailed by an anonymous texter to fulfill these lists that she's written, or else her journal's going to be published to the whole school. There's so many lovely relationships in this book. I think my favourite was actually a friendship. I know, weird, it's a romance, but this book definitely lived up to the hype. One of my friends was telling me that it was amazing and I had to read it, so obviously I did, and I was not disappointed. So for the next part of the video, I'm going to be showing you some book series that I have also obtained, which were sent to me by Books to Doors, who have kindly sponsored this section of the video. The first book series I chose was An Ember in the Ashes by Sabah Tahir. I've actually been hearing hype for this series for a few years now, and I don't know why, but I've just never got around to picking it up. Until now, until Books to Door, so thank you. I'm a bit scared to start this because I've heard the series will emotionally destroy me, but also at the same time, that's the kind of books I dig, so I think I'm going to end up loving these. And again, if you know me, you know I'm an absolute sucker for anything fantasy. I'm a sucker for fantasy, what can I say? Next book series, I also don't think anyone's going to be surprised that I chose these. It is the Bridgerton series. I'll admit that I did watch the TV show first and then found out there were series, and obviously, well, I have to buy the series now. They're actually such an adorable little set. I believe each book follows each of the different siblings. So the first book is Daphne, I think the second book is Anthony, and I think season 2 is going to be based on Anthony as well, so I kind of want to start reading them before series 2 comes out on Netflix, just because I like to be ahead of the game. I also like to compare how accurate a book series is to its adaptation, so we'll see. I'll show you a close-up of the spines because they're really cool. Honestly, it was not an easy choice to choose these two series. There was so much to choose from on Books to Door, honestly. And me, I'm an indecisive person anyway, so to be faced with that amount of choice was hard work. There is thousands of books on that site and they're up to 80% off recommended retail price, so not only are you getting a wild selection, you're getting an absolute bargain. And we all love a bargain. If you're like me and you're a little bit apprehensive about shopping on new websites that you don't really know anything about, then don't worry, because since 2004 there has been over 1 million customers and over 16,000 amazing reviews. And there's also 10% cash back for all your orders. Okay, so on to the next book of the book haul. Okay, so the other week I went into a bookshop, shocker, I know, and I saw this book and I was drawn to it like a magnet. One, because I've heard of it before and I've heard great things, and two, because of the cover. I know there is a theme here. And that book is Battle Royale by Kushan Takumi. This edition is a translation by Nathan Collins. Whenever I've heard anything about this book or anyone speaking about this book, I've just heard it as the better Hunger Games, because I think Hunger Games is based off this book. Correct me if I'm wrong, I might be making it up, but a class of junior high school students are taken to a deserted island, given weapons, and then told to kill each other until only one remains. And you might be thinking, Abby, that's really weird. Why are you so excited to read that? It's quite a chunky book. It's got over 600 pages, so that should keep me busy. Also, just look at this. There's like coordinates and map. Ooh. Apart from like the ancient classics, I'm not really sure if I've ever read a translation before, so I'm really excited to get into this. And I feel like my love for dystopian is up there with my love for fantasy. So the next book is The Vanishing Half by Brit Bennett. The story is about two identical twins who grow up together in a small southern black community, and then at age 16 they run away. And they end up living two extremely different lives that could not be further apart from each other, until their stories eventually entwine again. I've just been reading the blurb again, and honestly this book sounds so interesting, and I've just been reminded the reason I picked it up. I haven't even opened the first page and I'm already intrigued by this book. The Vanishing Half by Brit Bennett. This next book, I have not been able to escape it. Everywhere I've looked online, it's been there. I think it's been haunting me. So obviously I'm going to have to read it. Because You and Me on Vacation by Emily Henry. And I'm pretty sure that this is UK version. And I think the US version is called Friends We Meet on Vacation or something very similar to this. But I don't know why they changed the titles. And if you can see, I've already started reading it because I feel really left out. I don't like not being in the know. If I'm being honest with myself, I think I am on a bit of a romance contemporary kick. So this story is about two best friends, how they meet, how they then go on vacation together every year, until 2 years ago everything goes wrong. I've had nothing but glowing 5-star reviews for this book. Again, another reason why I felt so left out and had to read it. So I'm only 40 pages in, and I must say I am really enjoying the writing of this book. Each character is so vibrant and alive. I feel like they're my friends. I feel like I'm just going to go on holiday next week. It's also quite torturous reading about vacations and holiday when we can't go on one. But maybe that's why so many people are reading this book, because it's just a way to get away without actually being away. That makes sense. Probably not, but yeah. You and Me on Vacation, Emily Henry, a very popular read as it seems, but I'll let you know how I feel about this one once I finish it. That is my book haul for the day. I could probably go on about some other books that I have, but I don't want to bore you considering this is my first video back from a very long hiatus. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I feel like it's been a bit erratic and sporadic, but that's just me, I think, so... Ooh. Oops. You might come back in a month and I would have still not read any of these. You might come back in a month, I might have read all of them. Wishful thinking. Thank you so much if you're still here and you're still watching and you've still been supporting my channel. It means a lot to me. I do post a little bit more on TikTok, normally like a daily post. If you wanted to catch me there, I leave the links into the bio. I'll also leave a link into the bio about everything about Books to Door. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again very soon. Not as long as last time, I hope. See you again soon. Bye!